Yeah, YouTube's back.
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
YouTube.
YouTube.
All right, we're good.
Cool. We're back.
Cool.
All right. I think everything should be up and running.
Okay, I kind of caught in the middle of this pistol round.
To brief y'all on what happened earlier, we had some A main aggression out from Belmont, a couple trades going in and out, and then they rotated through mid over to the B site for the plant.
Yep. So, quick summary. But got 3v1. This would be an absolute travesty to lose if you're Belmont here. The way that they're playing this so far, this should be pretty long. Yeah, I mean this.
Yeah,
You're dancing around the ball.
Giving Yale absolutely nothing.
Beautiful shot.
Nice shut out from Camo.
So, yeah, I'm not too sure what about Belmont's map pool right now with the new map coming in, but is Pearl like a common pick for them? I mean, is this kind of a comfort pick, or is this
got enough time to go into the astral form?
I'm not too sure. You know, we've ran Pearl a good bit, so it's.
I think last time
we
we ran it was through versus Bradley, and it did turn out pretty well. So I think it's kind of like opening back up into practicing Pearl a bit more, and so we're seeing that today, that in action. So
Covering it.
As much as I'd like to see a 2-0 here from Belmont, I would kind of like to see it go to Icebox. Because we did run Icebox against Bradley.
yeah, it's against Indiana.
Oh, okay. And that was fun. We've been running some.
One enemy remaining.
Let's see.
There.
The regen shield's coming in handy there for red.
Regen shield Glazer red.
I'm pulling them in.
This is about as acceptable of a round 2 as you could ask for. Solid 3 guns staying up, and then just nice easy execute, bomb down.
Yeah, that's really a round either team can be happy with. I mean, if I'm Illinois, I'm pretty happy getting 2 guns and some shields there. But if you're Belmont, obviously you just want the round and to keep up your most expensive guns, and they did that. So I think both teams will be pretty okay with the turnout of that one.
This match here is pretty high stakes. I would like to add. This is competing for the #1 spot in the tournament.
This is true.
Because we have the #1 and #2 rankings in the tournament. Belmont's only loss came from Illinois State, and it was at the hair. Very close match.
Yeah, I believe it was a 16-18 and then a 10-13 for 2-0 on Illinois State side, and it was an incredible match. I'm hoping we get to see the same kind of quality today. So far,
It's just be an incredible round for Belmont to win. I mean, if you're able to turn that 3rd round, you just break Illinois' economy, and you are set up with credits for the rest of this half. So if they're able to turn this, and this is a bit dangerous for Illinois.
I really like Belmont's strategy here in this round, just taking all the extremity control into A. A little over aggressive there from Camo, but make sure you're getting that mid control for no alerts.
Last player standing.
Picks up 3.
Going on.
Hale just running them into a meat grinder there.
30 seconds left.
DJ with just a sheriff, not much left to do in this round, and unfortunately cannot take anything else away from Illinois State.
Yeah, not a terrible round if you're Belmont. I think you obviously would like to at the very least get a few more guns there. I mean, I think they got 3 shields and 2 guns, or 1 gun. Certainly not great. I mean, Belmont was going into that round with I think like 2 Vandals, a Bulldog. I mean, they certainly had the means to make a bit more
Stay
happen.
focused.
But yeah, it's just a bonus round. Nothing to break your back over. But hopefully they'll be able to pull something together on this.
We have quite an aggressive B execute now coming out, and I do believe That Belmont's or Illinois State smoke up there in the B choke point.
I believe that was Belmont's.
Yeah, I think that was Belmont's. Get a more position. Face up.
Yeah, so Belmont just doing their best to try to take full B control. However, the Vice has ZJ over has slipped the net onto A site, making sure to keep the rotators guessing.
Yeah, getting spotted by that Killjoy drone will actually help this B aggression. I mean, that, as you saw, that pulled that fade and that Killjoy off from the rotation to B. So now we've got a bit of a stalemate here. But regardless of where Belmont chooses to go at this point, I mean, if they hit B, they are up a man on this site, so certainly not a bad option.
And then gets absolutely shut down on the B side, unfortunately. Just everyone coming out from every angle.
30 seconds left.
Yeah, well, so this is I think Zach on the Vice here has got to go absolutely crazy on this flank, but the KJ's watching it, they know. But we'll see if anything gets put together.
ZJ alerting his position just to make sure they know.
10 seconds left.
And now he's just going to choose to try to keep the gun if at all possible.
Well, they'll be able to get the bomb down. I mean, not with a whole bunch of time to spare, but they will get this bomb down.
Not ready yet. Rip and tear.
Thorns activated. More aggressive inside of this site. But it is a 4
Last player standing.
1 versus 4. And Rad, I mean, this is a foregone conclusion. That's the first gun round of the game. Certainly not what you'd like to see out of Belmont. I think their execution on the B was just kind of sloppy. But hopefully, maybe they'll be able to put something together on this save coming up on here, or maybe
Whatever happens,
at the very least get a win on the next gun round.
And I think, too, the issue there was Nat probably called just to wait a little bit too long on ZJ's lurk, trying to keep the rotators, and then they ended up going back over to the B site in time. There's just a bit of a miscommunication there, I believe.
Yeah, well, yeah, it certainly did look like a miscommunication. I mean, I think if you have that lurk up on A, you can certainly rotate into it, or you can just have him keep those rotations there. Which he did for a little bit, but then they kind of waited too long, and by the time they hit A, the full rotation was in. I mean, it's just, I think, not making up their minds quickly enough. And that's 2 down for Belmont in this 5th round. But of course, this is a save for Belmont. We do have 1 Vandal on their side, but this is just, I think, type of round where you hope to charge some ultimates and maybe get a kill.
Nat clearing up the KJ turret, trying to see whatever she can find. But it appears as if she might walk straight into the crosshair of the opposing Teho. Thinking better of it now, trying to regroup over into main. Or excuse me, into spawn.
Yeah. It looks like they're hoping to just cripple up and maybe take this fight on the B alleyway position. Hopefully push off this KO, maybe get a bigger kill.
Spike down mid.
Red with just absolutely everything in his face, absolutely can't find anything. That's unfortunate.
No charges
A
left.
little sheriff spam come through the smoke and nice out from 60.
Back moment right there, but
Unfortunately, there's nothing else there for Belmont, but it was a nice shot there from 60. At least got 1 gun out of their hands.
Now we wait.
now, second gun round of the game. Hopefully Belmont will be able to put something together a bit more, I'd say, cooperative than their first gun round was. Once again, looking like a sort of 4-1 position. I guess, I don't know, they're going to lean a bit more off and more towards mid. So just a classic 1-2-2. But they will be walking right into this op. Will they clear it with the dog?
Bring them down.
And it is known, however, Fade there on the support. Just big fight coming out, however, no lives being taken. Teho trying to get his own piece of the action.
Yeah, it's some great early aggression. I mean, they got the op off the angle in mid, that frees up a lot of space for them into this rotation on B.
Flash plate. What? Not
Now
ready
looking
yet.
into probable Vice ult here on this take.
Find it or die!
Coming down with the Astro Wall too. Belmont investing everything into this round, trying to get it. However, great shot out from Palmo. And it's now looking to be a 3v4 retake on the side of Illinois State here. Or excuse me.
Go ahead.
One enemy remaining.
Actually, with the craziest crowd spray I've ever seen,
wow.
and then able to clean
Red
it
and
up.
60, hold it down.
Whoa. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't see anything. I just saw everyone exploded.
Yeah.
That's, like,
It must have been some quick post plant. It was all red and 60 there. Red picked up his third 60, finished off the last two.
love it. That's awesome. Yeah, sir, I mean, not how I thought that round would go. I mean, I think it was still just a bit more sloppy than either team would like this game to be, but I think when you're down a man, I mean, you kind of want things to just get a little bit out of control because chaos helps when you don't have the numbers. But great round out of Belmont, great shots from 60 and red. But we'll see if they're able to carry over some momentum from that one.
Fade watching a little peek there, and not much there. Ooh. 60 taking out the op very quickly. Brilliant shot.
A little bit of a gesture movement here.
However, just isolated on site and gets picked out. ZJ stabilizing the crosshair, able to take it down. KJ drone now finally gone.
One enemy remaining.
Wow.
And site is fully cleared.
Yeah, just clean shooting from Belmont.
Fine Palmer's position with the drone there.
We'll see if Palma's able to do anything. I think he's looking just to save, get out, keep the gun. I do believe Illinois' money is probably approaching a breaking point. Yeah, they will. Well, they've got okay money, but we'll likely have to save next round.
It is still looking quite a bit rough from Belmont's side, though, with, I believe it was 60 that only had 700 credits to his name. It's going to be a bit of a mixed buy next round.
Launching missile.
Who on the team bought the wolf skin? I saw that earlier. I don't know how to feel about that.
What's the wolf skin? Is that like a new skin?
It's a new skin. It's definitely a skin that exists. Yeah.
I gotta see this.
Yeah, we need to find who has it. I don't remember.
Yeah, I didn't check that one out.
Yeah, Nat dropped it.
Oh man. And it looks like Red leading towards B on his own. Okay, never mind. Group him back up.
Drone going out.
Mid aggression coming out from Illinois State here. Did they follow up even more? Trying to take full control.
There.
However, ZJ filling in the space. Belmont, though, content to take the A site now that it's empty.
In their spawn. Man is running a 5K in
Big
the back
flank
line.
from that here. Wait.
Able to turn out.
Back's turned. Hold on.
Wait.
This could be huge from Camo. Lost the first two. Does he recognize a third?
Oh.
Couldn't quite stabilize the crosshair, but an amazing flank nonetheless. Nat, though, still in the back line. Are they aware of the second?
Yeah. These players are so spread out. They should be able to meet up pretty safely on B.
Nat just clearing out every possible angle on this B site, hoping to make sure that Red can get the plant down safely.
It looks like Illinois State's not aware.
Oh,
They are dazed
Safe
and
plan.
confused.
Looking at a straight 2v3 post plant, but Illinois does have two ults here. Yeah, I think after losing that last 2 versus 4, I think they'll be playing a bit more carefully on this retake here. Might choose to invest in ult 2 here, so be sure you turn around. Yep.
It is worth noting, though, that the plant is absolutely not in Belmont's favor right now, especially now that's behind the Astro Wall. They have no line of sight. could be very, very dangerous for them.
They'll use a little by a bit of time, but this is a really tough position to be in for Belmont.
Red just staring onto the wall right now. Does get the first. Are they aware of the defuse?
One enemy remaining.
Not able to clean it out.
Holy! Wow.
What a round.
That was awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say this nicely. I think waiting that long to get onto the bomb when you have an Astro Wall up and they're definitely not fade alt is an odd pick to me. That's an odd choice.
I'm not gonna cushion it. That's a sell.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you know, it's good. Let's be honest. Illinois definitely kind of sold that round. There was no reason to wait that long. You have 3 people up. You can just watch, and your boy can just defuse, and you win the round for free. But certainly, just a little bit of a mistake, and Belmont just seized onto it with some great shots. They turned that round. I mean, that's absolutely absurd to invest 2 ults into a 3 versus 2 and still come out with a loss. But excellent work on Belmont.
Hale just doing the most in U-Haul right now. An absolute monster in that position. Camo, though, finally getting the trades back in Belmont's favor. Can he clean up? And then there it is.
Oh.
Heck yeah. On for the ace. On for the ace.
Hold on.
See if he's able to get it.
Let him have it. Let him have it.
We've had a bunch of 4Ks. I don't think I've seen an ace yet.
Talk about Live Moss Ace coming in.
You know he's going
nah.
One enemy remaining.
Oh,
ZJ ruining the defenses.
it's all
That
right.
with a nice cleanup.
At least he didn't get the 4K. I'm sick of 4Ks.
We are above this. We are
All too
Rumor
true.
has it, if Nat gets a 4K, George has to buy everyone.
Oh, no.
Need a drop.
30 bomb.
Well, we don't have the Gaia's Vengeance in this
I
game
think
right
that
now.
was the
That's
new-
why we're not seeing any 4Ks. It's the Gaia's
That's
Vengeance.
real. That's real.
That skin is incredible. Best skin in the game.
You don't get aces, you get 4Ks consistently.
That's very true. Let's see. When I use any other skin, I just don't get kills, so I'll take the 4K.
This is true.
I just don't get kills.
Yeah, well, I don't own the Gaia's Vengeance, so I don't either.
And Illinois
He's very
State just very
defaulty.
happy to sit all the way back.
Yeah, very defaulty from
Need
both
that back.
teams. Illinois will be playing a bit heavy on the B side of the map, giving up this art position to the Vice.
I think Belmont recognizes that. Looks like they're moving more towards A here.
Yeah, and they're leaning pretty heavy towards A. If you just have the Killjoy, and the Killjoy's playing completely off-site, so this can be a pretty free site if they choose to take it. But
That is a fair
Face your fear!
Belmont's really
And they know no one is an art now. This is an absolutely free take for them. ZJ just getting a little over-aggressive there, however, Camo out there on the trade.
trade from Camo.
Ooh! Crosshair just not in position for Nat and absolutely demolished on the retake.
Just press the delete key and they're gone. That was fast.
Yikes.
I think, yeah, I mean, good movement from Belmont. I think good calling from both teams. But ultimately, if you don't win the gunfights,
Yeah.
that tends to cost you a round.
I think by the time the bomb finally had hit the ground there in that round, I mean, Illinois State was already in all sorts of positions in mid, ready to just explode back onto the site, and Belmont weren't quite able to reset their positions for the post-plant.
Yeah. Certainly, yeah. I mean, there was no sort of post-plant setup. It was as soon as that bomb was down, pretty much everyone was already gathering. Very tough position to be in, but that's just great movement from Belmont. Getting there.
Then a collab coming out from Cyprus, and then there's a
and he
turn
got
on
the
the
ace.
round.
Never mind.
60 finally sitting him down, but that is dangerous territory right there.
Last player standing.
And comes in for the trade out there.
So yeah, I think that is our 4th 3K today, correct? I think that's already
Sounds
4
about right.
3Ks.
CJ, unfortunately, not with the Gaia's Vengeance. No 4K.
Yeah. Yeah, see, that's why he should use the Gaia's Vengeance. If he has the Gaia's Vengeance there, then he...
Last round before the
Round.
switch.
Every time.
still. Hopefully, Belmont hoping to make it a 7-5, and Illinois hoping to go into the second half all tied up. Either way, certainly a solid half for both teams. Belmont here, we're looking like a bit of a broken bye. I think maybe a couple of Bulldogs, a couple of Sheriffs, hopefully a Vandal or two potentially, but
Get out of my way.
yeah, not the best gun situation you can have in the final round, but we'll see. They might be able to turn something here. They do have Simon with the jet knives. They do have a Tail. Both teams have a Tail.
My ult's ready.
I just picked up the.
I killed it.
ZJ taking as long as possible to pop the Vice ult. KJ looking like he's wanting to stand inside of it, moving directly into it. 68 to get the choice there.
We'll see. And they are leaving this A site, or are they just faking? They are faking, but it doesn't look like Illinois is really biting on that.
It'll be interesting to see just how long Nat is willing to try to wait this out. Finally walking back in. No one quite making a move yet. And faking the wall B, an interesting play. However, it doesn't even do anything for them. Are they aware of Astra being so close still?
This is just straight up. It's gonna come down to a few gunfights here. See if Zach's able to pull this up.
One enemy remaining.
Watching the smoke as tightly as possible. I almost thought they would line up for him there.
Last player standing.
Down to a Jet 1v1, both of them
Jet
low.
moment.
He gets the first shot out and unfortunately KO with the positioning.
Bit of a whiff from 60 there, but very close round. Hard fought. Kind of, I definitely respect the fake
Switching
Astral.
sides.
That was pretty interesting to see. You don't see that too much.
You know,
with
Vice.
Astrals.
It would have been an amazing play if anyone was there to see it.
It's very quick. And saves money on flowers.
But
Sends us into the second half, tied up 6-6. And this is where Belmont struggled in their previous matchup with Illinois State on the defense. So we'll see if they can,
yeah,
if they've addressed
yeah.
that.
So far, this game has been
Now
pretty
we
similar
win.
to that first
There.
Yeah.
half. So,
Flash placed.
we'll
Retrieving
see.
flash.
Maybe Belmont's able to break the curse, or if they're just gonna
Blinding
fall
crack.
down the same way.
Quite honestly, I think I would like to see more than 6 rounds out from an attack side on Pearl. I mean, especially with that B site just being super spam heavy, particularly with that Tejo. Could be in a lot of danger here.
Very heavy aggression in mid and towards the stay.
We got some fights now coming in. ZJ with a quick headshot out.
Target down.
However, being traded on the other side by KJ.
Wall trip.
Headshot for headshot.
Oh, Nat.
And Nat just trying to take the fight, but she doesn't quite have the gun. Gets sat down.
Oh, they go through.
In red now, thinking there's players on both sides, he just doesn't know what to do.
Just like that's such
Spike
an
planted.
advantageous position for Belmont. It's just ripped away. We do have Camo coming in for a flank. However, with that alarm bot set up by the KJ, I don't think there's too much of a surprise in this move.
Where are you?
I get the information now, and he does see one running into the site. And actually did have a quick angle on there, does pick it up. 2v2 now. 4 bullets, but 2 players.
Oh,
Shockingly close for the situation.
Very close, very close. Man, 1 bullet away, but
You have to
that's-
imagine if he
that's
has a
tough
few
round
more in
for
the
Belmont.
clip.
I think that's a bit of a hard pill to swallow. You just have that guy who just lurks right through your wall on A, gets a free kill, and that just kind of upsets your whole round and just kind of throws off your whole game. But hopefully they're able to bring this back. I mean, this round you kind of expect to lose. They'll just be hoping to get a gun or two, get a couple of shields, the monetary situation for Illinois, but you gotta start thinking about that next round.
I'm gonna quick on the rotate here.
I don't quite understand what this setup is trying to be. I mean, just classics in their hands. It's a weird play to try to split up like this.
Yeah.
Just go for a gamble and hope it's right, but instead they're trying to spread their resources too thin and probably just going to get punished for that. Illinois State just eating up the clock here, though. I mean, still 50 seconds, but if Belmont makes the right moves, they could just time it out this round.
Concealment. Need that.
Illinois got all the space in the world right now. I mean, they own that entire center section of the map, but you know, up against these guns, I mean, you kind of just need to stick together, take a site, and just lock it down.
30 seconds left.
You wait too long and
Spike
you let plays like that happen, where you give little nasty 1v1s.
They're able
They
to
are able to trade it
clean
back.
up from that entrenched position. Nat, though, slipping around. Not sure if they're aware. Oh, they are. Okay.
10 seconds left.
Zach doing the
Last
absolute
player
most with the
standing.
sheriff. And oh
One
my!
enemy remaining. Spike down.
On for the
A.
ace now. Plant
He
trying to
tried
come
that
down,
time to
going
get
in
the
for the
plant.
CT.
Spike planted.
And this is just going to be a dance.
Oh,
And not able to get the
man.
flick, unfortunately, but incredible workout.
Either way, I mean, 4 kills with the sheriff on a run like that is devious work. It's absolutely devious work. Still have not seen an ace in these games. I don't know if it's happened when I wasn't here, but it hasn't happened while I'm here. So
I think there were a couple against Valparaiso a few weeks ago.
That'll work.
I think there was either a Nat ace or a Camo ace. Might have been both on Abyss.
We had a Anthony ace on Lotus a while back.
it's missing. I'm missing it all. What's going on?
Belmont trying to take the fight to them with these better guns, which I think is absolutely an incredible decision. However, Tejo making sure to trade it out.
60 actually almost gets spammed through that wall.
Headshot.
Ooh, 60.
Excellent trade.
Had a
EA's
weird timing there, but it made it work.
We'll see.
do
Belmont not
think-
looking content to just give up this mid position. I'm not sure about this.
Ooh,
Last player standing.
Blocking
some
this.
disgusting shots coming out from the side of Illinois State, and Nat now just left all on her own trying to pick up the pieces.
Yeah, very, very bad position to be in if you're Belmont.
And
wonder if
unfortunately,
this might
she is
just
on the
turn into a
opposite side
save.
of the map. I mean, you look at the health on their side, I mean, you can maybe try to get the rotate off quick enough, get a pick.
30 seconds left.
It's certainly winnable, and I mean, yeah, we've got Moral working with the Guardian. The Fade is just working with the Sheriff. I mean, certainly
does look
a
like-
chance to turn this round, but it's very tough, and this is just not a position that you should be in.
Yeah, I think if
Yeah.
you're
I'll
Nat,
find
I'm content to save here. Have the rifle.
Yeah,
Might as well keep
yeah,
it.
and it looks like that's the ultimate
Checking into
decision.
an off angle, just trying to pick up the guns.
Yeah.
And for such a great start to the round, getting such early control, they just absolutely fell to some incredible shot making. Honestly, there really isn't even much counterplay for that.
Yeah, well, I think it was just a bit of an overcommitment to that mid position. They were able to get those 2 picks. You're up a man. There's no reason to keep going for more. I mean, you just that's when you just got to say, hey, we got what we wanted out of this, and let's get out and let's not give them any more. And yeah, not the best play, but sometimes that'll happen. And I don't want to discredit Illinois in that at all either. Those were some nasty sheriff shots from their fade. So we'll see if Belmont's able to remain a little bit unshaken after that. Maybe bring back a bit of a better looking round here.
That'll work. I need a stop.
And Belmont trying to do the exact same thing again, but even a little faster. And
They are.
Camo going all the way up.
I respect
It
the
is
stinger
just-
by.
Pure chaos coming out. I don't think Belmont even quite knows what they're doing right now.
Yeah.
Spike
We'll see, we got
planted.
4-man retake on B. They're all stacked up. And looks like they're just gonna try and go for a little bit of a flood out. Hope for the best.
Yeah, now post plant utility coming in. Camo just getting stuck in a killjoy molly. Absolutely nowhere to run.
Yeah,
Yeah, this
they're stuck in util hell there.
Last player
is a
standing.
solid 4,000 credits worth of utility thrown into this little area.
ZJ finally getting the first pick for Belmont, but unfortunately it is way too late.
We'll be able to save the Phantom at least. But definitely not a great round for Belmont, and that is 4 rounds lost in a row in the second half. If Belmont wants to get back into this game, this is a pretty pivotal round here. I mean, you've got to start winning something. Get something.
I need a weapon.
I mean, if I'm Belmont here, I'm calling a timeout and, you know, regrouping, getting another right, because it just seems like they're a little too...
Yeah, I'm sort of surprised they haven't.
I'm
I
going
figured
up.
they might do it last round. Definitely surprised they're not doing it right now. When you've lost 4 rounds in a row,
Retrieving thorn trap.
it's 10-6. This is a very tough spot to be in. I think maybe just a moment to try and ice Illinois and
Taking that back.
bring your guys back down to earth could be pretty useful. But
Yeah.
we'll see. Opting not to. Oof.
Camo just zoned out on the angle a little bit, a little too late on the shot.
Belmont notably not playing nearly as aggressive in mid as they have for pretty much the entire stint
Bring them down.
of defense that they've been on. We'll see how this plays out. You have that Killjoy lurking through art. And they are kind of crunching down on these A players. This is a bit of an awkward position for Belmont.
Go ahead. Stand your ground.
Usually it's not getting coming down. However, Nat still just content to play in the smoke. Little position and then just called out.
You want to fight it?
Love the idea.
Spike planted.
Tough timing on that.
Mark, no charges. I'll find you.
Got some ults now coming into this round. However, Almo from the back being able to catch red and just trying to wait out the Astra ult for a little bit. However, time is definitely getting low on the spike. And just players coming from every direction. Belmont not sure where to look.
Last player standing.
That's the round. I believe
Easy little
Belmont
double swing.
invested, I want to say 3 ults
Okay,
in that round
we know the
as
drill.
well. I mean, that's certainly
Stick
a
to your
tough one
roles
to
and we'll
lose.
crush it.
And again,
That's
no
now 5
timeout
rounds in a
called.
row.
You gotta wonder what's going through their heads here.
Yeah, still no timeout. I mean,
Yeah,
I don't know if
Is
it's
Major here?
confidence or forgetfulness.
Major is not here.
that might be why. I mean, maybe they might just not know how to call timeout. Frankly.
Might be true.
Yeah, I'm very surprised not to see a timeout. I mean, lost 5 in a row. We gotta get back down to earth and see what we can put together here. This has been a pretty rough second half for Belmont.
Ammo in the truest form of desperation, buying an Odin, trying to see what he can find. There's just absolutely no one on the receiving end of it. Nat taking a shoulder check through the wall, regen shields got her back up to full. It is quiet now from Illinois State, just hoping for another over-aggression, but Nat able to clean up A main. Belmont now looking to refill some of the space on mid, but B is free now.
Yeah. And that kill right there just completely breaks Belmont's structure. You know, have a completely
that-
free sight and you have
There.
no idea where anyone is, mid or B link or through B site. It's such a tough position to be in.
Yeah, trying to take
Spike
advantage of some of the
planted.
noise, runs up a little bit closer. I'm trying to see if there's anything on the receiving end.
Concealment.
Illinois State being way too disciplined here, just not showing themselves anywhere. It's going to be a very, very tough retake.
Face your fear!
You got Camo on the flank, but he's watching it. Great pick from 60.
Last player standing.
Not just running out of the smoke, absolutely nothing there. Unfortunate timing, and then 60 doing everything that he can, and it is just all of the utility coming into his face. Bomb now explodes, and it's just been tough round after tough round.
Yeah, at least saves the gun, but you know, at a certain point, money only means so much if you're losing.
Match point.
I got your back.
True.
Just
That's
I'm sure they
locked
can
up.
dry their
From the
tears with
front.
those dollar bills after they lose this game, but that's a rough one.
Some lockdown post plan from Illinois
Up I
State.
go.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, Illinois on this entire attacking half has been out of
Just
this
lights
world.
out, yeah.
Yeah, just locking down the position and making Belmont
I am
so
with you.
uncomfortable with
We
some of these
are
picks that
strong.
they're getting.
And just being perfectly tactful in their aggression, not going too crazy when they need, but also making sure to being able to take that space. And now just a full A commit coming out from Illinois State, making sure you keep it simple on this last round. 2 picks coming into A main, and it is just decimation.
Yeah, I don't mind having the 2 players push up an A main there, but getting nothing. I mean, that'll pretty much steal the game here.
Ammo probably about to get spammed down in the
Spike
smoke.
planted. Last player standing.
And just trying to dip out, and ZJ left all alone in mid, and there's...
Go ahead.
I
Stand
do
your
believe that
ground.
this is chalked.
Calling this, if he wins this, George is buying everyone dinner.
You want to fight it?
I think George owes them all like Rolexes.
Buy them all, what is it called, like double devils or triple devils? Or...
Flawless.
Oh,
Oh,
we get
no,
your
Oh,
knife.
man,
Knife.
that's
Oh,
BM.
Win.
no.
That's
That is a
BM.
brutal second half.
Oh,
Yeah. What
lots
started
to
off
consider.
as a
That
pretty
is-
good first half to that game just completely fell apart for Belmont.
And it's just like we saw with their game against Illinois State the first time. The defensive side just cannot fit the pieces together.
That was a tough viewing experience for the second half of that match. I'm not gonna lie, that was a
It was just ugly. I mean, there's really no other way to put it. You have some advantages, but you just keep pushing further and further and giving your own lives up, and it just entirely derails after that.
yeah. The scoreboard is a bit telling here. Got pretty much the entire Illinois team, and Belmont. It's a tough division. At least we have moral for the boys hanging out down below. You got to respect it. The sportsmanship of lowering your score line.
Making sure Belmont feels good about themselves going into the second map.
Yeah, you got to respect the sportsmanship there. But yeah, certainly rough, and definitely not the showing that you'd like to see from Belmont in the first game of this series.
Yeah. Their attack half started wonderfully, and then it's just that defense half just completely. It still needs work.
Yeah, I think it was just a lot of over peaking, over fighting.
Yeah.
I mean, there's just you're defending, especially we go up a man and then just keep fighting, keep pushing. There's no reason to do that. I mean,
And
let
like
them.
Belmont's Belmont has such an aggressive play style, so like having that on defense against Illinois is just yeah.
I think one of the more worrisome things that I saw there at least was just a lot of solo peeking and a lot of solo plays.
And Illinois was really good around like baiting those out and like how patiently they played around corners. Just overall, the timing difference was just crazy.
And two, I think quite possibly the most worrying is the lack of timeouts and the lack of strat switching. I mean, they just
Yeah.
kept trying the same thing over and over, and it just could not work any time.
There definitely needed to be at least a timeout for just a break. Like just get like sometimes it's just like
Yeah,
that
I
breather,
mean,
that
yeah, it
mental
can kind of
change.
bite.
Like just get some.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
like
just a minute to gather your thoughts, refocus, kind of cool down a bit. Because I mean, if you lose 5 rounds in a row, you're probably tilting a little bit. It's good to just have a minute disconnect.
yeah.
Um,
And like getting those strats rewritten, figure out okay like how they're playing and stuff like that, just so you can sit down, reset. Just that overall reset helps so much. And it's unfortunate that we didn't see that pull. They just kind of ended up spiraling and spiraling, which ended up those 9 consecutive rounds lost. So
Yeah.
I think we're about to head into our second map, split.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, I don't remember seeing much split from the side of Belmont.
Yeah.
And
So is this?
are
We're
we
seeing
gonna
a waylay pick.
Jordan-
Oh, never mind.
Oh,
was about to say, that'll
boo!
be the
Bring it
guy.
back.
I
Boo.
don't
We're
think
going to map
Waylay's
3.
allowed in pro play yet.
Boo.
Oh,
Is
yeah,
it?
you're right. No.
Well,
Boo.
she's also just an absolutely awful character.
Yeah,
So,
she hasn't found her place
Here's
yet. I think people are still trying to figure her out. Once she finds her place, though, it'll be really interesting to see. But
yeah.
like,
I think
which
this
again,
needs
it's
to transfer from using her abilities to be pulling out her gun faster. It
Yeah.
just takes so long.
yeah,
If you're
possibly.
diving someone and I've got to like pull out my gun, I'm like checking the barrel, I'm like starting a 401k with my family by the time that like that gun is actually pulled out, then that's a problem. Like I shouldn't be able to have a wife and kids by the time my gun is ready to shoot after I dive someone. Like
Yeah.
we gotta just speed that up. But aside from that, I mean I think the utility is kind of interesting. The hinder is just terrible. But yeah, I don't know. It's a bit of a frustrating, I would say, trend for Riot, where they just release these tragically undervalued characters and just very undertuned characters.
But then you occasionally get your Teho where it's entirely meta-defining.
Yeah. Or just bring back my King Chamber. Bring back the Chamber meta. I want it back so bad. Best meta that game's ever had.
Full force, double TPs, double trips, you know, just
Yeah.
absolute.
Oh, it was so abusive.
No
It was
charges.
absolutely awful, and I loved it. But
We do see a mirror match now coming in from the comps, and it is, I think, going to be a similar fate. However, Belmont starting on the defense this side, so hopefully we'll be able to get some momentum going in the second half.
yeah, maybe they'll win a round on defense. That would be awesome to see.
I don't know. I'm not going to put money on it.
Chill on them. Chill.
Very heavy mid aggression. Now we're getting one out. See if
A little spam damage coming in onto the Rays, but not quite a kill.
yeah.
Pat, you're a little quiet, by the way.
Foolish.
Do have our first pick now coming in from
Is that like a
Belmont.
bit better?
Yeah, a lot better. Thank you.
Alright.
And we are way over rotating off into the B site. A now completely free for Illinois State's taking.
Yeah. Bit of an awkward position to be in if you're Belmont, and not a whole lot of utility to get back in. Oh, doesn't even matter. He just runs right out. We're
Last
looking at
player
2v2.
standing. One
The
enemy
sloppy
remaining.
fights all the way around, not checking angles, and it is down to the 1v1, both low health. Red even more so, trying to get the missiles up. Not sure exactly if that's the right play, but doesn't kill.
Holy crap.
Man,
That was a
I
little
did not
scary.
think he was.
Yeah.
I did not think he was winning that. I did not. Yeah, it's a great first round. I mean, Belmont in general, I think, has looked pretty strong on these pistol rounds. I mean, they're 2-1 right now overall, but definitely been putting up a fight.
Not to jinx it,
I think
but we did see a round on defense.
Oh, we did.
we did. We saw one. Now they just need to win 6 and then lose out. So we'll have the perfect series on our hands.
Perfect symmetry.
Yeah, Belmont hoping to keep as many of these guns and frankly just win the round. If you lose this round, it's pretty devastating for your half. You got full gun advantage.
Red playing up close even with the stun. Interesting
Yeah.
solution.
2 for 1. We'll take that. And Illinois is opting to just back out of that B heaven position. Maybe lean a bit more towards A. They'll be
Bezos
walking
does-
into 60 here with the Bulldog.
Gale, though, able to pick up the Spectre, could do quite a bit of
Spike down
damage with
mid.
that. We do see the first hit coming from it.
Yeah,
Still in a
will
man-up
ZJ
situation.
expect this low?
One enemy
He
remaining.
will.
He's very ready for it. Bomb now stranded. Kale a little bit unsure of where to be focusing his attention.
Looks like there will be a bit of a walk-in.
30 seconds left.
Camera taken out.
Team Ace.
Nice.
Yeah, that's a great round from Kale there, and solid round from Belmont. As I said last game, I mean that's a round everyone can be happy with. I think Belmont keeps their 2 most expensive guns, and Illinois gets a couple of picks and a couple of shields.
That goes there.
It is worth noting though, it's a little worrying, very 1v1 heavy, and now it could just be a result of them knowing they have the better guns, just taking whatever fight that they can get, but it's a little scary.
Yeah. Yeah, certainly this whole series, Belmont has very much so leaned on gun skill and just taking these 1v1s and these 50-50 fights. Not something I necessarily mind all the time, but I do think it's just kind of overdone. I mean, there's not too much of a reason to take this many 50-50s.
Illinois State looks to force up and trying to turn the tides of the economy.
Yeah, this would be an awesome round to win if you're Belmont. I mean, they certainly don't have the best guns situated for it, but with some of the sheriff plays we've seen today, and I mean, Bulldog is a very strong gun, Stinger is a very strong gun. Certainly winnable, and you can absolutely break Illinois' economy if you win this.
We have a huge cluster now in B heaven. Stinger actually could do massive damage if he finds the right timing.
It's a very awkward position for Illinois. They're just kind of stalemated in this heaven position.
Red trying to go in with a double dip with the Stinger, but unfortunately he's called out for it. And then a stun plus the nade able to pick up camo.
We'll see, still not out on the play. And just like that, there's a flying raise.
30 seconds left. Last
Mortal
player
just staying in that
standing.
position. Great shot out from 60.
Spike planted.
Picking up the Stinger now, maybe hoping that he can get some damage in. He is stuck into the missiles, but there is one more coming behind him.
Yeah.
Does pick it up. Round's not over yet. Okay. Spoke too soon.
Yeah, I mean, 2 picks from 60 there, certainly. I mean, he got put in a pretty tough situation to get 2. It's great. I do think once again, I mean, we just kind of went pretty heavy on the 1v1 this off the B site. I mean, very individual play. But hopefully they'll start teaming up a bit more and
goes
a bit
here.
more.
I think we're going to get a bit more of a default out this round from Illinois State in the first gun round. Just let Belmont try to make their mistakes. This is a dangerous situation. 60 not quite able to get out. However, they might not be aware of camo in this position.
They read it. I mean, they read that entire play. And yeah, just like Belmont.
Last player standing. Flawless.
Even knows the spot to turn the one way against the Cypher. That is an abysmal round from Belmont. But hopefully they'll be able to keep the mental high here.
And Red too, just not even checking under him after hearing the footsteps in sewers. I mean, it's just, yeah, that was bad. No other way to put it.
Illinois' value that they've been able to squeeze out of the breach stun in 4 rounds alone is insane.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, Breach in general, I think he's been one of the stronger characters in Valorant for pretty much since it came out. I think he's still one of the strongest characters. And just the value you can get out of that stun, value you can get out of his flashes. I mean, he's just insanely useful character.
Again.
Just able to pick up kill after kill with the util. Not even needing to take engagements.
Able to go 3 steps without getting cleared out, mollied or something. I mean, this is. Oof.
ZJ trying to hold an off angle with
Last
the
player
sheriff, just not
standing.
quite able to find anything. It is finally one pick coming out, going in for the double dip, and there's still just 2 people staring at her.
Belmont is getting outshot, out utility, and outmaneuvered. I mean, this is a rough couple of rounds for them.
Quite honestly, I do think it'd be about time to take a timeout right now. I think we're seeing a lot of the same mistakes we saw last defense side on Pearl.
Yeah, certainly. Yeah, I mean, I think given too many 1v1 fights, you know, saw that a lot last round. Even biting a bit too much on this mid position. I think fighting mid just a bit too hard, but Hopefully, Belmont will break this out.
Go ahead. Stand your ground.
And one way coming up a little bit late, 60 almost losing his life because of it, and then
And he will
once again.
I mean, this is so tough to watch for 60. I mean, he has not been able to move 2 feet in this game. So rough.
Armageddon now coming in, hoping to get a trade out.
Camera probably the defense down there. Off the flash. Hold on.
Last
Yeah,
player
interesting to see if they
standing.
recognize Nat here in this position. They're watching it, and it's picked up. Palma with a 4K there. Incredible round from him. Yeah, it's just the utility placement from Illinois State is nothing short of perfect. I mean, it is overwhelming.
This is. I mean, I just hope they call a timeout. I mean, if I'm 60, I am fuming right now. I've taken 4 steps and I've gotten mollied 90 times. It's a rough game to play. But, I don't know. Hopefully they'll make something up. Maybe play a bit more aggressive on the main sites. I don't know, but Illinois is just playing absolute lockdown Valorant right now.
Off your feet! Can't use that.
60 now getting stunned yet again. It'll be interesting to see if he gets killed by the missiles.
It's every round we see that B side turned into.
We do get our own breach center response.
Yeah, killed him.
Last player standing.
Hale somehow able to trade himself with bullets. I'm not sure exactly what the score feed's pulling up
Spike
there.
planted.
And ZJ now left in a 1v4, just trying to pick up the pieces.
Yeah.
With just a stinger though, I don't know what else can he really do.
Yeah,
Not enough.
That's a rough round. That is a rough round.
You invest a couple ults and still just can't find anything with them. Now they're in poor ult economy, poor regular economy, and the rounds just keep spiraling out of control.
Yeah.
That goes there.
And this is so far. I mean, there's just, frankly speaking, a huge utility dip. I mean, the usage from Illinois has been absolutely immaculate. And I mean, we're looking at a mirror matchup here. Both teams are working with exactly the utility every round. But I don't know. Just watching this, it feels like Illinois has 5 times the amount of utility as Belmont does so far.
60 finally able to clean someone up before getting shut down, but is going in for another peek and is just getting his head taken off there.
Once again, I mean, it's just, it's a peak without any utility to really back it up.
I know exactly where you are.
I'm not huge on all these plays that Belmont are doing of just kind of taking these 50-50 fights.
Every play from Belmont, no. Nat able to clean up onto Cypress. And we do have our own Cypher ult coming out, knowing that they're running into the B site. Ball now coming down. This is going to be a
Spike planted.
tight timing here on the retake. It'll be up to Red to try to clear out this 7 angle with 2 people. But it is going to have to be significantly faster than what we're looking at right now.
All missiles away.
That Cypher camp, so they know where 2 of them are. It's just the Omen is the only question mark.
One
Nat
enemy
taking off the
remaining.
head. CJ picking up the second.
It is planted for heaven, but this is such a
I do
difficult.
believe they saw the drop down and able to finally clean it up.
Excellent shot from ZJ. And just there's some life in Belmont yet. That is a huge round to win.
Yeah,
Finally
there's a
able
lot
to
of
stop the
momentum behind
bleeding.
team.
Yeah, maybe you can turn another one. I mean, at this point, it is tough. I mean, Illinois' money is probably set for pretty much the rest of this half. So you're going to be going up against gun rounds if you're Belmont here for the rest of this defense. But if they can just turn another round or 2 here, stop the bleeding, and go into the to the attack half with a bit of a better vibe around the team, then that's kind of what you need.
Cover going out.
Once again, Illinois playing so aggressively.
And Nat somehow coming away with her life here. I'm not exactly sure how.
Only 8 HP though. That is it's a very tough way to get caught out at such an early point in the round.
And again, it's just the util
Player
bit there.
standing.
Once again,
I was just
60th
about to say there's a severe lack of util out of Illinois State compared
Yeah.
to the previous rounds, and then it all comes out at once.
Yep.
Spike planted.
The team
I mean,
timing.
they've been surgical with this utility. They're not wasting any of it, and but they're also so willing to use it. I mean, I think something we're seeing kind of out of Belmont here is just this little bit of stinginess with utility.
Grant, we have a bot in Twitch, but
All right, thank you.
Great job.
Launching missile.
What are we U-botting? Another great shot from Red. Maybe he'll get the ace. Let's see it. Oof. Gale will see the shoulder. Yeah. Yeah, not too much to be excited about for Belmont here. I mean, aside from a couple of hero plays,
Yes.
we're looking at a pretty dreadful first half for them.
I mean, but
Satchel out.
their defense against Illinois State has been where they really struggled. So it's
Yeah.
interesting. This
Yeah,
is
I
the
mean, you
first
know,
half
if
they've
they're
struggled.
able to get 4, I think if they're able to get 4 or 5 rounds here, it's completely fine. I think it's more just about what we're seeing, not so much even the round score. It's just the absolute, I mean, high level diff of utility usage is just not really.
ooh, and then Kale there getting the lineup from the smoke. Camo now trying to keep his life for as long as possible, doing everything that he can, just running around the ropes.
Honestly, not sure how that didn't stun the Omen, but regardless, turnout's the same. But
At the beginning of that
was
round,
also
I think
safe.
we saw a bit of a microcosm of the util diff. 60 misthrowing his satchel pre-round, just having to waste it.
Yeah.
It's just kind of funny to see.
Yeah. You never know. I mean, you know, you've got 2 rounds left to make this a very winnable game. I mean, 4-8 certainly isn't how you'd like to go into the half, but as George mentioned, I mean, they're certainly a better attacking team than they are a defending team. And I would say this is a pretty aggressively centered comp just in general, so if they're able to get 4, they've certainly still got them.
Fire in the hole!
Another very aggro B round.
Cover going out.
Huge.
60 finally able to pick
Spike
up a first
down.
kill, and ZJ and 60 now cleaning up the entire exec.
We get a camp
Breach
here.
left on an island.
They found
Sorry,
my
you're trying
wire.
to deal with that bot.
One enemy remaining.
Great pick. Yeah, I'm not.
Now it's just
huge
gonna
on the
have to
fight,
be.
But it is going their way, so we'll force them back and
5 dead.
free kill for net.
Nice little buddy system there on side 2 for insurance, just making sure nothing goes
Last
crazy.
round in the half.
Yeah, Belmont's got 4. I mean, very much so still in this game. If
Yeah,
they're able to
absolutely.
win this, I mean, then you're looking pretty good going into the second half. Even if they lose it, I think they'll probably take 4 on their defense. We'll see. I mean, hopefully they're just able to clean up some of this utility usage here going into the attacking.
And pre-fire the second cam.
Yeah, Illinois just heavily eyeballing this A side. 5 people waiting outside. You got the breach all. You got the tail. This is
I think this is the
This is
first
a
time
bit of
since
a
the
run
pistol round they've
situation.
done this hard of an A push.
yeah.
Armageddon coming in, however misplaced. Kale able to just sit there in the hallway. Not figuring him out
Spike
quite
planted.
yet.
Great pick from the 60. On that raised rocket.
Hey,
Oh, but he gets
Oh no!
still finds
Still
2.
able to do
Still
it?
finds
What?
2.
60 just saying, nah, I don't
Wow.
even need the rocket.
Wow.
What a play.
Cover
And
going out.
Belmont has turned it around.
Yeah.
They go into the second half.
Completely turned it
Switching
around.
Down
sides.
5-7. Just a 2-round differential.
Yeah. I liked the way they played that just in general. I mean, you got out, you did kind of weather the storm with all those ults being used, and then, you know, Illinois was just kind of left on this island. I mean, they just had 5 guys standing on site with kind of nothing to do.
Yeah.
The utility usage from Belmont was very good there. Just kind of, you know, as I've been saying for Illinois, Belmont just kind of played shutdown Valorant there. It was great to see. So, you know, 5-7 on this attack half. Belmont stronger half. This series is certainly not over.
I think we're gonna look to a classic Illinois State mid push into this round. Hasn't really gone poorly for them before.
Yeah, they have been hungry for this mid push.
Or excuse me, that's Belmont. I forgot we switched sides.
This round, if Belmont wins this, you gotta think they'll win the next round as well. Maybe looking at a tie game here in a second.
Just looking to group up quietly into A main, hoping for a
Yeah.
big push.
They're opting for a
Cyber-
straight up 5-man through A main. You know, I don't mind it. I mean, you don't have, you know, on a pistol round, you don't have too much util to really stretch out the map all too well.
Do you think that Owen was able to catch a glimpse of everyone coming into sight here?
Just looking at it straight up. Oh, that
Spike
is a
down A.
sloppy.
Ammo just not looking anywhere.
Oh, wow.
ZJ now just trying to do what he can in the
Oh,
corner, picking up 2
nice
great
move.
kills.
Huge kills from ZJ.
Evening it
Moving
out for
straight
a
up,
little
but
bit,
he
now
has very
only
much
1 man up.
to winnable round.
Last player standing.
And then Red on
One
1
enemy
HP.
remaining.
What all can he do?
One
It's into the
HP, but he gets
1v1.
one.
Missiles are up. If he plays this round, he could do it. Almost looked like he was trying to walk into his own missile there. 2 bullets,
Have a
though.
pretty crazy timing here. He's only got. An excellent
Not quite
try.
waiting for the tap. Got a little bit antsy on it, and it was an amazing attempt, but at the end of the day, attempts don't really matter if you don't get the score.
Yeah.
I think if I'm red there, I'm content
Okay,
to
I
wait it
only
out
have like
at least till the tab.
78 grenades left.
You know, when you're that low
Hopefully that's
health,
enough.
Yeah.
what you can do there.
Man. Certainly just a tough timing, but really that all kind of comes down to having nobody watch that heaven position while your breach is planting that bomb. That just kind of
Yeah.
swings the whole round there. But other than that, great round from Illinois. Great shooting. Great play from Gale. He's been playing very well this game and this series in general.
Yep, what's the final with the judge there?
Straight back.
And just sprinting into people with the
Spike
judge
down.
now. Kale trying to
One
do
enemy
everything.
remaining.
What are you gonna do about that? But ZJ on alert here. I mean, we've got 3 semi-weak players for Illinois. Could certainly, at the very least, get a couple kills here and weaken their economy.
Oh my gosh!
Oh, DJ.
Oh my gosh!
What a flick!
What
Holy.
a flick!
Crazy.
Holy
He just
crap.
had a-
What on earth?
Oh my
Anyone have
God.
any splints? I may have down my
Holy!
Can we get a gear check on this guy? Can we check this guy's gear?
I need to take a tech pause after that one. Good lord.
Holy.
Check his PC.
Yeah.
Yeah, not a terrible round from Belmont. I mean, got a couple of guns, especially with that little play from ZJ at the end there. Suddenly brings up the spirit split. We've got a heavy gun advantage here. And Illinois aggressively stomping through A. They just ate up all that space in seconds. Now ZJ is on a bit of an island. see if he expects this. I mean, he is completely stuck.
But that
Really.
that fast A push just leaves B wide open, and it leaves Illinois in kind of an awful position to do a retake here.
And Kale just getting all the value out of the judge there. Absolutely no fear diving in.
Yeah. Great Q comeback pick.
One
from
enemy
Belmont.
remaining.
Nat able to stabilize the crosshair onto him.
Like the most
Yang
raised
able to
play I've ever seen in my life. Excellent 3K from Nat. Yeah, that's a big round to win. They did pretty decisively, keeping 3 guns. Take that any day of the week.
You know, I didn't mention it earlier, but we're seeing a little bit of a change in Belmont's personnel here. We're missing the usual flank in Trixie, and that role's been filled by ZJ here.
Well, we've swapped ZJ as our main sentinel and flank, while usually now Trixie is our like our main flasher. Since we found that we can get more, like, he's really good at breach. He's usually able to get his util out pretty effectively, so found it better for him to be on that role. Plus, you just need a good flasher in general.
Spike down B. Last player standing.
Just a few seconds into this round, and it's already over.
Interesting push by Belmont there. It was
Yeah.
I think everybody peeked one
Some
at a
say
time.
interesting, I'd say questionable.
Yeah.
Not the most incredible utility usage there, to say it nicely. Yeah, it's kind of caught out and picked apart, but now we're looking at a bit of an awkward buy, if not maybe just a full save from Belmont here, and more than likely we'll be looking at a 6-11 scoreline after this round, which is a very rough spot to be in.
Had to be a miscommunication there because we saw 60 out kind of early, and I don't think Nat was ready to keep the out with him.
Yeah. They do have the raised rocket wasted on the side of. And that breach utility, I mean, they're just trying to flood through, but Teo's getting every kill in the world.
Last player standing.
There's nothing you can do. That's something, I mean, Illinois has been so good at just locking down these positions on both defense and attack and just making it so uncomfortable. I mean, Belmont, it feels like, has not had any space throughout the majority of this map. We're now looking at the vital buy round from Belmont. If they don't turn this, then that is more than likely a game over for them.
All missiles away.
Spike down mid.
Easy.
Great shot coming out from Yang, able to track it from down the road. 60 now, just super confused on where people are, coming from every which way.
What is going on?
I don't think he knows.
Throughout all that, I don't know what was going on, but Belmont came out with a man on, so...
Yeah. I was a little
We'll
confused,
take it.
but
Yeah,
you know, we're a man up.
yeah. Got the, and got this lurk in heaven. I mean, this is a very tough position to be in if you're Moral. He's tiny.
It is finished.
That cleans things up there.
Good shot. A little bit of life breathed into the Belmont team.
I need this.
Shadows traveling. Go ahead. Stand your ground. Blinding.
Where is everyone?
Just trade after trade here.
Yeah, all kinds of trades on the A site, but I want this to come out with the plant. You'll call it for a bit. Another huge picture.
One enemy remaining.
Wow.
He's actually able to trade himself out there too.
Last player standing.
Cypress coming in from heaven. Nat left the entire world against her. Trying to slip the net into that corner, but not quite able to make it in time.
Yeah, I think that's just another kind of bit of an example of just taking a 1v1 when you don't need to. I mean, you're in a 2 versus 1 position. It's such a vital round. That's a tough one to lose. That's a very tough one to lose.
Spikes here.
Yeah, we do have match point on the side of Illinois.
Off
Belmont
your
also
feet!
broken by very awkward position again. That breach ult is invested, but I mean it'll pull a little bit of a rotate, but they're still not even on this A site, and this Omen is kind of backtracking.
This is a wide open A site. They need to get
Yeah.
this bomb down and set up for a post plant here.
And we'll get the plant, but yeah, they lose numbers.
Cage 3.
It's a tough position. But somehow they're making it work. 2 picks, almost a third, very awkward. Gives and it
Probably
takes.
afraid.
They'll tag down to 1 health.
Yeah.
One enemy remaining.
Great. Love that cooperation from the breach and the raise. Pushing through. But very strange round from Belmont, but somehow it worked. I mean, just incredibly aggressive play. I mean, certainly, I think right up their wheelhouse of how they like to play. Yeah, it worked for them. Now only 4 rounds away from this overtime.
Seeing a Bucky come out from Kale here, interesting play.
Yeah, this is not a good spot here.
However, the Teho drone entirely misses him.
Down B.
Oh,
That is unfortunate.
Kale finds another with the Bucky. And they still have
Getting a third?
3K with
What are they letting him do?
One enemy
Oh my
remaining.
god.
Wow!
He was a mistake.
I mean, they
Great
clawed
play
their
out
way
of
back.
Red and
yeah,
and
absolutely.
ZK. They just completely crawled them back, but still, that is a
That is way more
Certainly,
damage than a Bucky should ever do.
Yeah, they
I
got
mean,
too much value out of that Bucky.
Yeah, and Kale, just to be shout out to him. He's got 28 kills and he's been popping off this round.
Yeah, he
It
has
is,
willed them to this point.
Absolutely. I mean, looking too at the assist numbers, I think we see Illinois State's breach has, I think, what was it, 15 assists, 16 assists?
Certainly very impressive. And I mean, honestly, he deserves more. I mean, the guy's been absolutely insane with his utility usage.
Absolutely agree. Slow down a bit on this half, just not being able to dictate the pace quite as hard, but Belmont now doing everything they can just to try to stay alive here. But it does appear that Illinois State has the read on the side they're leaning.
Oh, and that is
Nat TPing straight into Kale's crosshair. That is unfortunate.
think maybe, you know, have the breach flash for you or something if you want to go with such an aggressive play. That is a...
Or at least have the information into what's in there.
That's not right.
But
Getting rid of the
Belmont down,
smoke
man.
so early into the round could prove very deadly for Belmont. Bomber now coming out from heaven. And 60 now on the flank, trying to do
Last
everything.
player standing.
left in a 1v3 to keep this series going.
And unfortunately, I think they know exactly where he is.
30 seconds.
Never mind. Gets the first, but down from the top rope comes
Defenders
Yang,
win.
dashing Belmont's hopes.
Final score 9-13, Illinois State. Illinois State takes the series.
Yeah. Yeah, Kale dropped the 30 bomb in that game, man.
I mean, props where it's
Absolutely
due.
popping off.
That's
Yeah.
impressive.
Pretty insane. Rumor has it George said that if Kale dropped a 30 bomb in that game, he'd buy it all. So 8 first
Yeah.
bloods as well is actually insane. That is a
We also
wild
see
stat line.
15 assists coming out from Breach on top of 3 first bloods and 2 plants. I mean, incredible team player out from Moral. Very impressed with the way Illinois State played overall. But I mean, aside from a couple of bad rounds and a bad half from Belmont, I mean, it could have been a lot closer. It was definitely a fun game to watch, and I think Belmont has a lot to learn here.
Yeah. Yeah, I think one of the kind of frustrating things just watching it was just how often Belmont made the same mistakes. I mean, just taking I think they took 150-50 fights throughout that series. It's just, you know, it's so not worth it, especially when you're going up against a team like Illinois where they're always setting up their guys. I mean, you know, one of the reasons why Kale was able to drop 30 and just succeed so well was because he was getting set up so incredibly well from the breach. I mean, you know, the breach had 15 assists. I would guess probably 12 of those come from assisting the Rays, and that's just a huge advantage for the side of Illinois. But hopefully Belmont's able to kind of ice out some of these issues, iron it out, get a little bit cleaner on the teamwork and on that utility usage from the initiator. But certainly a pretty entertaining series to watch, but not the turnout that you want if you're a Belmont fan.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Is there anything else y'all want to do before we end stream?
No.
I'd say post game, but I feel like
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think everybody.
Yeah, I think they're going to be a little
I
upset.
Yeah. I think
think maybe
everybody's
not.
kind of done for the day.
Yeah. Well,
Unfortunately. We will have a game upcoming this week against who is it? Is it Valpo again?
I believe so.
We still are
Yeah,
second
March
in the series
27th.
right now, so we will be moving on to the LAN regardless. But yeah, no, it is kind of a devastating loss, but we'll move on. We'll still got a lot of improvement to do. We did have one of our main team down anyway, so little disjointed there. So we had to have Camo, our previous IGL, fill in today, rather than having Trixie, our usual flasher and breach player, play. So like in 2, it was kind of hard for Belmont to be able to strategize the games today, since a lot of practice, a lot of this week for people was just really busy, really hectic. A lot of people coming back from spring break, having a lot of tests kind of just popping up, a lot of everything like that. So it was just I think a lot of today's performance has to do with lack of practices, and just lack of time, because there's just so much going on this week, which you honestly can't blame the players entirely, because you have better things to attend to, especially when it comes to schooling, stuff like that, work and everything. So just hopefully moving on, we'll have some better schedules. I know some of them will. Just again, just schedule issues, getting stuff together, getting stuff organized. Hopefully in the future we won't see as much problems with that. So we'll see. But yeah, Other than that, I think, yeah, I think a lot to improve on. I think there's a lot of things that we could see that we can improve on, which is nice. This match will be really helpful. But other than that, we're still second in the series. Still things to feel good about. Other than that, we guess we just got to look forward to our next finishing out the MvC tourney pretty soon.
Yeah.
I think it ends it up in April, right? I think we still got to face Valpo and Bradley one more time, and then I think we're done. And then we'll have the LAN, which hopefully will be streamed.
Yeah, it will.
Yeah. Anyway, I think that is all.
All right.
Thank you for everybody tuning in.
GG's.